Good morning, everybody. Welcome to be back. Once again, I'm so happy to be back for another class with you. Now, children, before I begin with this class today, I would also like to bring to your notice that the last class, what we had, again, I would like to repeat that was a grammar class. Okay, it was an English grammar class. Now, as I said, that every Monday we are going to have a grammar class, and every Wednesday you're going to have a literature class. Now the homework what I'm giving you is going to be for a week. You will get 1 week time to do your grammar homework and 1 week time to do your literature homework as well. Now grammar homeworks will be like exercises which are being done, which are to be done by you, all right, wherein I am just going to give you an example of the exercise what is going to go as a homework, and in literature the question answers, the meanings, the fill in the blanks, okay, the true and false related to the topic what I teach is going to be written by me. So what you will have to do, you will have to just copy that in your notebook. Now children, let us begin with today's class. Yes, it is our first class related to literature. Yes, aren't you excited? Now this is a new book. This is going to be a book for class 4. Now the old ones, I suppose you all already know about this book. Now for the new ones, alright children, for the new ones, I would like to say that my best book is an integrated book. What is an integrated? It is a mixed bag of many subjects in it. Alright children, it is a mixed bag of many subjects in it. I hope you can see me properly, right children? I wish I could see you too. Now, it is a mixed bag in the sense it will have English in it, it will have maths in it, it will have science in it, it will have social studies in it, it will have value education in it, it will have GK in it, it will have Hindi in it, it will have computer in it. So any subjects in it. See, it's all mentioned here, okay? It's all mentioned. See here, science, social studies, general knowledge, value education, computers, mathematics, English. So this is book 1. Now you cannot have so many subjects in one book, isn't it? So there are 8 parts to this book. So this is book 1. There are 8 parts to it. So what happens? Once the chapters of book 1 is done, you can keep that book at home. Okay, you can keep that book at home. So the bag load, the weight of your bag will be less. Otherwise, imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subjects you had to carry to school. Alright, for your 8 period class. Right children? So that reduces on your bag weight. So that is why DPS Fulbari has introduced My Best Book by Madhuban. Okay, by Madhuban Publications. MBB is the short form. So at times you might see that I'm attaching for files for you wherein I'm mentioning that this is my best book. So MBB, the acronym for MBB means my best book is MBB. So you must get used to these terms, and I suppose you will also listen to my audiovisual lecture and also see the content what I'm going to teach you, so you will get drilled into it. Alright, so today what I'm going to teach you is a poem. Now what is a poem? Yes, the difference between a poem and a prose, okay, prose, which will also come in the later part of our literature classes, maybe in the next to next week. Alright, prose is like a story, and poem is wherein words are rhyming, where you express about your feeling, where you have rhyming words like bell, cell, okay, mail, where the last words of every line rhymes with either the next line or maybe alternate lines. Alright, and it is also written in stanzas. Okay, stanzas are short like paragraphs, okay, but they're called stanzas because they're made up of either 4 lines or 8 lines, or maybe in the later part of your school when you go to higher classes, that will be maybe of 12 lines in one stanza or maybe more. So you know what is a poem then? Alright, and what is the name of your poem today? It is I'd like to be. I'd like to be. What you would like to be when you grow up? Some would say, ma'am, a doctor, ma'am, a police officer, ma'am, an IS, ma'am, a pilot, ma'am, a driver of a train, maybe, a train driver. Okay, some might say, ma'am, I would like to be a teacher like Gargi ma'am. All right. So, this particular poem is about what the poet is portraying about few people, like what they'd like to be, what they would have liked to be. All right, so let us go to the next slide. Now, let me give you an introduction of the poet. The poet is, all right, C.J. Dennis. He's a very famous, he was a very famous Australian poet. Okay, he used to write lot of poetries related to children. So, I'd Like to Be is one of the series he had written. Okay, they are all compiled together. Okay, I'd like to be a pie man, I'd like to be a postman. Okay, they have been joined together from his series. Okay, so he had written a series of kids books. So he was born in Auburn in Australia in the year 1876 on 7th of September and died on 22nd of June 1938 in Melbourne in Australia. So he was basically an Australian poet, writer. Okay, he had written many books, poems and ballads. He had also written a poem not only in the form of separate poem but also written a book for kids. Okay, written a book for kids. Now, this is how our book looks like, and these are the chapters which are going to be listed in the 8 books of my best book. 8 parts, isn't it? I said each book is consisting of 2 chapters from each subject. So this is your English content. Okay, we have a content in the beginning of our book, isn't it? So I just wanted to give you, see here, number 1 is I'd like to be. Then comes number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So there are 16 chapters. We are going to divide the chapters term wise, periodic assessment wise accordingly. Okay, there's no hurry, but I'm just giving you an introduction of our literature lesson. Alright children, let me move on to the next slide. Okay, I can hear some of you saying, yes, ma'am. By the way, I hope you all are all well. And once again, I'm telling you, very good children. You all are all doing your work so efficiently. So that is why, to reduce the too much of load on you, I have tried to give you the homework for a week. So you will have, say today is the 22nd, isn't it? Today is 22nd of April. So the next homework, the homework for literature has to be submitted by 29th. So you have almost 8.5 days. Okay, considering the rest of the part of today, isn't it? Because you're going to see my lecture now. That's in the morning. So by the time you finish, you'll have the whole day to yourself. So little things you can go on doing, whether grammar, whether literature. All right, children? Because as I said, we are not on a holiday, isn't it? We are not at all enjoying a holiday. We are in a lockdown. So let me move on to the poem now. This is chapter 1. I'd like to be. What would you like to be when you grow up? Yes, what would you like to be, isn't it? I said that in the beginning of our lesson. I'd like to be, I would have always loved to be a teacher. That's why I've become one. Okay, so that's what I would have liked to be from the beginning. Similarly with you. Now here, the poet C.J. Dennis is talking about the pie man. I'd like to be a pie man and ring a little bell. Okay, ting tong. Okay, a pie man is somebody who makes pies and sells them. You can ask the elders in your house how to make a pie. You get lovely tutorials. You can also help your mama or granny, whosoever is there at home, or your housemaid who cooks for you. You can help them. You can just see a tutorial how to make a pie on YouTube. Yes, you have lovely tutorials and you can help. Alright, so I'd like to be a pie man and ring a little bell, calling out, hot pies to sell, apple pies and meat pies, cherry pies as well. My God, feeling hungry, no? Lots and lots and lots of pies, more than you can tell. Big, rich plum pies. Oh, the lovely smell. Yes, I can smell it while reading. But I wouldn't be a pie man if I wasn't very well. Would you? Yes, you can only be something if you're good at it, isn't it? So that is what the poet is saying. Now, apple pies, meat pies, cherry pies. Cherry is a fruit again. Yes, plum is a fruit again. Very, very tasty. So, here what is a pie? Okay, pies. A baked dish stuffed with fruits, meat or vegetables, and it is made of either rice flour or maize flour, Flour. That's how you pronounce. You don't say flour, it's flour, okay? It sounds like FLOOR, but it's actually FLOUR. All right? So, here goes the poem about the pie man. Let's see the next stanza. This is a stanza, as I was telling you. See, there are rhyming words. Bell, sell, well, tell, smell. Yes, again, well. So these words are rhyming. And stanza is consisting of how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So the first stanza is made up of 8 lines. Now let us go to the second stanza. The postman. Yes, the postman is so important for us, isn't it? Whenever our birthday is knocking, we always feel that I wish somebody posts a card to me. I wish my dear ones posts a letter to me, isn't it? So let's see what the poet is talking about here. I'd like to be a postman and walk along the street, calling out, "Good morning, sir," to gentlemen I meet, ringing every doorbell all along my beat, in my cap and uniform so very nice and neat. Perhaps I'd have a parasol in case of rain or heat, but I wouldn't be a postman if the work walking hurt my feet. So the poet is saying, I would have been a postman and went around ringing bell. Ding dong, there's a letter for you. Please, Mr. Postman, look and see if there's a letter for me. There's a famous song by Carpenters. You can also again YouTube and listen to this. It's about the postman. Alright? So had I been a postman, I would ensure that, I wouldn't get tired walking so much. Either they have to cycle, they have to ride their cycle, or they have to walk, isn't it? So he said that if he was a postman, he would go around greeting, people on the way. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. And parasol. Parasol is like an umbrella. It's basically an umbrella that has a sunscreen, that protects you from the sun, that protects you from the rain. But then he said he would have only been a postman had his feet not hurt while walking so much or maybe cycling so much, isn't it? Postmans have very, very hectic duty, isn't it? They have to go miles and miles again and again to check on people, deliver letters, isn't it? Alright, so now let's see what is the third stanza. Again, see street, meet, beat, neat, heat, okay, feet again. So these are all rhyming words. Class 4. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? I hope you all are following. Yes, this is a literature lesson. I wish I could hear you saying, yes, ma'am. All right, let's move on to the next. All right. Now, this is the last stanza of today's poem. Okay. Now, the porter. Yes, the porter is also very, very important. Porter is basically a coolie, we say, isn't it? That's a local common term. Somebody who carries our luggage either at the airport or at the station or maybe a bus stand as well. Okay, so let's see what is the poet reciting here about the porter. The porter. Okay, the porter. I'd like to be a porter and always on the run, calling out, "Stand aside," and asking, "Leave of none," shoving trucks on people's toes and having splendid fun, slamming all the carriage doors and locking everyone. And when they asked to be let in, I'd say, "It can't be done." But I wouldn't be a porter if the luggage weighed a ton. Would you? So again, he leaves a question for us. He said, I would love to help people, help them in carrying their load, making, shoving trucks off people's stores, in the sense they also have that trolley, isn't it, where you dump your luggage and the porter helps in carrying it. So he said that he would love to do that because it's fun. He would be going, it's fast. So, but then he said, I can't do that if I get tired carrying luggages, because you see the amount of the load the porter has on his head, isn't it? There's a bedroll, there's a suitcase, a big huge one. So you need to have that strength to carry it, okay? So this is what the poem is about. It's a beautiful poem. It talks about a pieman, it talks about a porter, it talks about, it talks about the postman, okay? Now, let us go through the meanings which are there, in our lesson related to this particular stanza. Okay, the first one is a porter, a person who carries luggage or helps us in carrying our bags and baggages. Okay, shoving means pushing roughly. Hey, hatto. Isn't it? That is how the porters in our railway station at NGP does it. Hatiye, thoda side DJ, isn't it? So shoving means pushing roughly. Splendid means beautiful, magnificent. Slamming means slamming, something which is not closing. So shutting it by force. Now carriage. Carriage means a separate part of your train wherein it carries passengers. Okay, that's called a carriage. You have the engine, you have the carriage with it. Now luggage. Luggage is of course bags and baggages wherein you carry your personal things, your belongings. Now children, what would be your homework first? First you're going to write the name of your chapter. Alright? And as I said, I love to draw. See, this I have not given it in your home assignment, that draw, picturize about the poem. On one page you're going to write the heading, that is the name of your chapter. I'd like to be. Date and class, and date, homework, sorry, not classwork, right? That's a homework. And then you can draw. No, never mind if the drawing is not as per how it should be, but you must have something, either suitcases, either bedrolls, either a train to signify a porter, or either a mailbox to signify a postman, yes, or maybe pies to signify a pieman, okay? And then you begin writing. First thing you will do is you're going to write the meanings, just like this. Meanings, you're going to write 1, pies, give a dash and write the meaning. Number 2, porter, give a dash, a person who carries luggage. Number 3, shoving, dash, pushing roughly. Number 3, splendid, dash, beautiful. Number 4, slamming, dash, shutting forcefully. Number 5, carriage, dash, a separate section of a train for carrying passengers. Number 6, luggage, dash, and bag with personal belongings. Now children, you're going to write the questions with black and the answers with blue. The same way I'm going to do it for you in our worksheet answers for you. Yes, there's no homework for you as such, like you don't have to think and write the answers here. The answers are being provided to you by Gargi ma'am. Only thing, you have to copy it in your English literature notebook or maybe your old notebook, because now I think books would be made available to you. You can have your books delivered at home. You can have your notebooks being delivered at home. So that's good. Yay! So you can have your new books and new notebooks, isn't it? Alright children, because messages have reached you, so you can have that delivered and you can begin writing in your new notebook, right? And children, when you're writing the meanings, you will leave a line in between two words, okay? And then once all the meanings are over, you will draw a line using a pencil and a ruler. Please maintain these things about your notebook, children. I am very, very fussy about notebook. Gargi ma'am is very fussy about handwriting. Until now, whatever mail I have received, I am so happy with your work. But children, there are some of you whose mails have not reached me. I'm so eagerly waiting for them. So ask your parents to mail me. Yes, the sooner the better. Now, after this, children, comes understanding the text. Now this is already there in your book, children. This is already there in your book. So all those who have the book can do it directly in the book. Okay, and all those who don't have the book, children, you can just keep the file I'm sending. Once you buy the book, you can quickly write it down in your book. So I will again send you across the answers. Don't worry. The answers to these questions are also being sent to me. Sent to you by me, alright? So complete these lines from the poem. Very easy. You will not do this in your notebook, children. You will wait till you get your book. As I said, I will always send you a screenshot of the chapter I am teaching. So I just wanted to send you the same. I'd always like to be a porter and always in the blank. Okay, perhaps I'd have a parasol, but I'd be a porter if I'd like to be a pie man and ring a little bell. But I wouldn't be a postman if. So all these answers are not to be written in the notebook. They are to be written in your book. Alright, children? Again and again I am telling you, they are to be written in your book. Fine? And the ones who don't have a book, no worries, children. Whenever you get the book, you can see the answers I am sending along with my teaching content today, and you can fill in. Alright? Next. Again, true and false. This is also to be done in the book, children. This is to be done in the book, not in your notebook. Write true or false. So there are 5 questions. You will do it in your book if you have it. If you don't, you will wait till you get your book. A porter's life is quiet and relaxed. The pie man wishes to ring a little bell and sell his hot pies. The porter does not mind picking up heavy luggage. The pie man will be unable to sell pies if he is unwell. The postman wears a uniform and delivers letters. Yes, the postman wears a uniform just like us. We also have a uniform, isn't it? Not I, but you all have the white dress, isn't it? With the monogram of DPS Fulbari, right? Yes. So similarly, even the postman has a khaki uniform. Now, these are also to be done by you, but the answers will be sent across with an attachment by Gargi ma'am. Again, I repeat, you will copy the question in black and the answers in blue ink. Is it clear, children? Copy the answers in black and, copy the answers in blue, yes, and the questions in black. So these are the 5 questions which I am going to send you across, okay? And you will copy this particular C along with it, alright, children? Because again, I repeat, you can get your books delivered to you from the school. DPS Fulbari has made that arrangement for you all. So lucky are we, isn't it? We are getting our books delivered at home. So once you get the books in the notebooks, you are relaxed. You can be relaxed because you can do everything. You can have the book with you. Alright? So, again, don't forget gentle reminders by Gargi ma'am. Yes. The homework needs to be completed by 29. That is the next Wednesday. Today is 22nd. Today is 22nd. So, next Wednesday, you're going to complete. 1 week time will be provided for the homework. Yes. The answers are being attached along with the content. Every Wednesday we will have an English literature class, and every Monday we will have a grammar class. Done. Alright? So, bye-bye. See you next class. Everybody should be attentive and should listen to me. Alright? Stay safe, stay locked. Be good. And you're very good children. Once again, thank you for being with me throughout the class, listening to me attentively, yes, and cooperating with us. Bye-bye again.